We born away, born away, born away, born away. We born away, born away. We born away, born away. It's funny how people wanna pull you down when they see you trying to make your way up top.
Welcome to another Papa Roo podcast. Of course, y'all already know this is the one and only Papa Roo in the building. You know what I mean? And I want to thank y'all like I normally do. Thank y'all for showing up and showing out each and every time, checking out my podcast. Because you know we building this thing brick by brick. We building this thing, not me. We building this thing, all right? Okay, that's what it is. Anyway, today's another Wednesday, probably the last Wednesday in the month of May. Am I correct? The last Wednesday in the month of May, yeah. And I want to leave this month off with some positive vibes. I'm gonna let y'all know about the guest. I got another guest coming next week, next Wednesday. You know what I mean? I'm gonna announce it at by this weekend, so y'all make sure y'all tap in. I want to leave this May, the last Wednesday of May, with I want to leave it with some knowledge, man. I just say, you know what? I'm gonna get on here, and I'm not gonna have a scripted show, which I normally never have a scripted show. But I want to talk about some life changing stuff right now. Because as y'all see where life is going right now, where life is headed. I know a lot of y'all probably don't see it because y'all partying. You know what I mean? Who's at this club, that club. They don't even know who the president is. You know what I mean? But I'm just trying to have a conscious moment. And this Wednesday, the final Wednesday of this month, I want us to have a conscious moment. Really just, thinking about things that's going on while we getting entertained. You know what I mean? We have a lot going on in the news. I try my best not to get too newsworthy, you know what I mean, too caught up in the news. But I want to still talk about life. And life is part of the news. You know what I mean? We're going through the war right now. A lot of people don't even know there's a war. A lot of people don't even know what the war is about. A lot of people don't know who's in the wrong, who's in the right. And I'm talking in general. I'm talking about from the heads up to the haves and the have-nots. I'm talking about everybody and everything. I just want to make it I want to make this moment a very one of those moments where you can sit back and just say thank you for life. You know what I mean? Just sit back and say thank you for life. Because a lot of times that we always want what we want. Everybody wants what they want. But is what you want the right thing for you? That's the key. And nobody want to hear that part because you just want what you want. You know what I mean? But sometimes not getting what you want, is better for you. You know what I mean? We all want what we want. Everybody do. If I say, hey, don't you want $1 million right now? Everybody gonna probably say what? Yes. But then put this in there. Say you get $1 million right now, but you die tomorrow. What they gonna say then? You know what I mean? So it's just to show you how life is. Life don't even have a price on it, man. Life don't even have a price on it. So that's the reason why I say let me stop for a moment and let's just reflect on things that's going on. Let's reflect on life. You know what I mean? Like I brought up the war situation, that's life. That's what's going on now. Some people don't have life right now because of what's going on. You know what I mean? So, of course, we must be grateful. Must be grateful. Got a lot of people out there don't even know, a lot of foreigners, traveled and, on the way back, they going through issues with immigration and the whole nine. Man, there's a lot of things going on right now, man. There's a lot of things going on. Imagine leaving this country, right? Leaving, you go to a whole nother country, then you land back in this country, and they tell you can't enter the country. Just let that marinate for a minute. 'Cause I don't think people really sit back and think about, this is real life and real things people going through. You know what I mean? That's why I say let me stop for a moment and just do a little reflection and bring a little awareness of of what people are going through right now with food prices going high, with people getting laid off, with all these AIs coming into play, with all the robotics coming into play. A lot of people about to lose their jobs pretty soon. You know, like I said, a lot of people don't want to hear it, but it's what's going on. It's what's going on. You know what I mean? And the question is, what will you do about it as an individual, as a person? What would you do about it? Now, what I could say, my point of view, what I think, or my advice to everyone that's that understand the shift that's coming. You know what I mean? For the people who understand the shift that's coming, I know you all know that you have to make sure you're self-contained in some type of way. You know what I mean? You can't depend on too many outlets to make you survive. You can't. You know what I mean? Those days are coming. Whether we like it or not, and that's the reason why I say let me stop for a moment and and reflect on really what's going on. Yeah, I could jump on here and talk some more about music right now and talk about with blah, we gonna get to all of that, but right now it's just on me. It was just on me today to stop and reflect on life. You know what I mean? Because we take this too much for granted, man. Like when I say for granted, you know, we just us as humans, we act like we supposed to. Meaning, supposed to get up, supposed to have some money, supposed to be rich, supposed to have a wife, supposed to have kids, supposed that's the human nature. We all want what we want because we all think we entitled because we all have the free will. You know what I mean? Because we all have the free will. But when you really boil down to it, man, free will could be a gift and a curse. If y'all agree with me, whoever agree with me, let me know what y'all think about free will. Of course, I love it. I love free will. You know what I mean? I love free will because it gives you the opportunity to do right from wrong. All right? But do you believe free will is a curse or a gift? Y'all comment. I want y'all to comment on that one. I'm going to leave that question out there. Is free will a gift or a curse for the human, for mankind? Let me know what y'all think about that because that's one of them questions that I always ask and to myself, and it's pretty much a complicated question to me. But let me hear what y'all think about that also. All right. Yeah. So getting back to reflecting on everything that's going on right now, it's just so much that if I even start to break down every headline and we wouldn't even have time to do it. But I just put everything in a nutshell and let everyone know, listen, let's reflect on life for a minute. You know what I mean? Let's reflect on life for a minute. Let's be thankful for life for a minute. You know what I mean? Let's appreciate life for a minute. You know what I mean? Take time out just to breathe in, breathe out, and say, wow, I'm here. You know what I mean? As simple as it sounds, is one of the most powerful things you could do for yourself. Appreciate yourself and appreciate life. All right? Make sure y'all do that. Anyway, now coming back to my other shows coming up. Let's get to the shows coming up. I have 3 very important guests coming on my show. I have 2 guys. I'm not gonna call their names just yet, but these are 2 of the 4 founders with the Screwed Up Click. This is 2 guys that was with DJ Screw before he even started DJing. Listen to what I'm saying. These guys I'm going to be bringing on my show was with DJ Screw before he even started DJing. I know y'all wondering who that is because nobody speaks on these dudes. Nobody. But of course, y'all know y'all going to get it. Y'all going to get the real Truston from Papa Roo Podcast. Y'all going to get the real Truston from Papa Roo Podcast. And I'm going to go ahead and let y'all, we're going to be talking. I ain't going to call their names right now. I'm going to let y'all know who they are by the weekend. You know what I mean? Make sure y'all subscribe. I'm going to let y'all know on my YouTube channel. Make sure y'all subscribe to Papa Roo Podcast on YouTube. You know what I mean? After that, also, I got I shouldn't name the other two yet. You know what? I'll leave it right there for now. The other two guests I have coming up, like I said, is two of them guys that was is really responsible for a lot of. Let me don't say responsible. Let me rephrase that. These guys was part of history, part of making history, because they had the main key to the sound, right? The main, which is Screw. As a matter of fact, let me let them tell the story. They're gonna be coming on here, and I want y'all to tune in and make sure y'all subscribe to the YouTube channel. All right. So that's one thing we have to get. We have to get going, making sure y'all know these guys right there. Of course, I got some more JY people coming on. Most of you know what's crazy? Most of the guys from the soccer team, tapped in, and they all want. Man, you think I should bring all of them up in here? The whole soccer team, Jackie A soccer team. Y'all let me know. I can't find all of them, but I could get at least half of the team. So if y'all want to see the team that I was coaching, the team that I started, y'all drop a like in the bottom so I could go ahead and put that together for y'all. You know what I mean? Cause that's history. That's historical. You know what I mean? The first all black school, first soccer team, George Floyd the goalkeeper. As a matter of fact, they had what was that? They had some roast going on. You see, these are the kind of things, man, that you know. I don't even speak on these kind of things, but since I'm talking about George Floyd, I'll bring it up right quick. They made a roast with the Kevin Hart thing with George Floyd. Man, listen, this is my take on when it comes to my dog George Floyd. You know what I mean? Like you already know that we know each other well. All right? And when someone leaves a legacy like that, I don't think it should be played with. That's just my take on it. And I don't know who else will agree with me, but I really believe that if he, like how he damn near they say he changed the world pretty much. I don't think they should leave that alone. Leave that there. Leave that right where it's at. You know what I mean? Leave that right where it is. Leave that right where it is. Do not move that. You know what I'm saying? Don't move that. He came through. He did what he supposed to do spiritually. And he moved on. We don't need to be chastising that spirit. Let that spirit, leave that spirit free, man. Leave it free. All the way free. You know what I mean? And like I said, that's just my belief. I don't think they should be tapping into people that they shouldn't be tapping into people and, with jokes and all, people who change the world, man. You know what I mean? People who change the whole world. You understand what I'm saying? They shouldn't, me personally, I don't think they should be touching that. Y'all let me know what y'all think about that. I don't think they should be even touching that. You know what I mean? Because George Floyd done what he done, made a mark for society, exposed certain things, you know what I mean? And, we move forward and build as a people, you know what I mean? Understand how to do better as a community, as a people, you know what I mean? No matter what race, color, whatever you are, it's about respecting people. Man, I don't care if you work at a drive-through, you work the head such and such, the vice president, man, we all people. We all people. You know what I'm saying? We all are people, man. And until you can realize that, the world can't move forward. We all got to realize we all people. No one is better than the next one. You know what I mean? Because you got a couple of dollars, that mean you're a better person than me? Because you bought you one of the rarest cars, you're better than me? Why is the word better than even exist when it comes to humanity? Y'all explain that to me. Why is the word better than even exist in humanity? I don't believe it should be a better than. You know what I believe it should be? Someone who learned more. That's it. It shouldn't be no better than and lesser than. It's who learned more and who learned less. Now, that person could learn more and be right in the same position of that same person. because guess what? You learn more, you're gonna understand how to stay focused, how to have a drive, how to go ahead and manifest the things. So, you know what I mean? Like I said, that person worked harder. You know what I mean? And not all the time. That's not every case anyway, because some people are brought up, with their golden spoon. Y'all know about that. Set up with family and all that or whatever, whatever. You know, but it's still no better than. I don't care what family give you what, when, where, and how. How many hearts you got? One. How many hands you got? Two. How many heads you got? So how you bet? What better than coming at? That's the way I think. What better than coming at? Now, if you had three heads, you had four hands, you had 3 feet, you had 6 eyes. You better than because you got way more than me when it comes to what humanity's supposed to have. I'm not talking about what humanity create. It's a difference. You know what I mean? So that word better than don't really sit with me too well when it comes to humanity. You know what I mean? And that's just my take on it. That's just my take on it. But anyway, like I said, next week I'm gonna have my guests on here. I'm talking about, hey, we're gonna have a great conversation. Great conversation. I just say this week, we're gonna come on here and we're gonna just take a focus on life for a second. Me and y'all. We just take a focus on life. We just take a focus on yourself. Take a moment to yourself and understand that, hey, everything we have in life is a plus. We came out with nothing. You came out with just your bare ass. But now everything you accumulated on the way to be at the age you are or whatever is all bonuses, man. All that stuff is pluses and bonuses. You ain't come here with none of that. So I had to bring this up today because it was sitting on me, and I just want this to get out there for people to have a little self reflection. You know what I mean? Yeah, y'all look at me, y'all look at other people on their podcasts and blah blah blah. But sometimes I have to stop for a minute and show y'all my appreciation, but at the same time, I want y'all to appreciate yourselves. You know what I mean? So that's just one of the lessons I want to leave for the day. You know what I mean? Just appreciate yourself. Love yourself. Nobody is going to love you unless you love yourself. You know what I mean? Be okay being by yourself. Be okay with it. I think the only people that have a problem not being by themselves is people who did the most. Because if you're at peace with yourself, man, you would love being by yourself because it's going to be hella peaceful. You can't get more peaceful than that, than the peace that you create with yourself. You know what I mean? So like I said, self-reflection. Y'all take time out to yourself and love yourself. And tell self, I love yourself. You know what I mean? And then move forward with that type of vibe. And everything that is in this world to come to you or that's for you, no one going to stop it. No one going to stop it. Keep a positive energy, positive attitude and a non-covetous attitude. Because like I said on my last show, covetousness, that's the main commandment to me. Because everything fall up under there. Everything. You kill when you covet. You steal when you covet. You bear false witness when you covet. Everything else fall under covetousness. So we have to really look at that word and minus that word out your life. You know what I mean? Don't be covetous. Because covetous is one of the worst sin to me. Because everything comes up under that. You know what I mean? So like I said before, and I'm going to say again before I close out, self-love. Today's whole thing was about self-love. And choose you first. You understand? Choose you. Because if you don't choose you, who going to choose you? Imagine you don't choose you and expect other people to choose you. That don't make any sense. You got to make sure you got you first. And then you could fast forward or go ahead and add, make additions. You know what I mean? So the story today is self-love. And we're going to leave it on there. Self-love, self-reflection. You know what I mean? Stay positive. Erase covetousness. And try to erase the word better than. All right? For humanity's sake. Erase the word better than. You know what I mean? So thank y'all for showing up again. Today was one of them days I just want to chop it up with y'all, man, because hey, y'all been rocking with me, and sometimes I just feel it on my heart to come out and say what I had to say to the people that's on my platform every week. You know what I mean? And like I said, I appreciate everything. Appreciate y'all tuning in. Today's lesson was about self-love, appreciating yourself. You know what I mean? And don't let anyone tell you that you're not good enough. And with that said, Papa Roo signing off. Make sure y'all tap in this month for the Yeah Yeah No No Fridays. You know what I mean? That's come. The first show gonna be not this Friday, but next Friday. All right, it's gonna be next Friday. I want y'all to tap in on that. And we're going. I mean, I got tons of artists to play. We got to pick some of these records. We got to see, which ones I need to send in for the placements, and I'm gonna need y'all help. So, not not this Friday, next Friday, the Yeah Yeah No No Friday. We're gonna go some music review with Papa Roo. All right. So with that said, thank y'all. We signing out. Papa Roo in the building. We born to win. And guess what? Hey, don't stop. We're just getting started. Yeah, yeah.
We born away, born away, born away, born away. We born away, born away. We born away, born away. It's funny how